Millions around the world continue mourning the loss of Pope Francis. Many faithful regard Francis, who died at the age of 88, as a reformer of the Vatican, citing his work to expand roles for women, champion migrant rights, and acknowledge climate change. His death comes just a few weeks after being released from a 38-day hospitalization for double pneumonia and a complex lung infection.
Very sad for the Christianity. He was a very great pope. I'm not Catholic, but I have followed up his work and his engagement. I'm also sad.
When Francis became pope in 2013, he became the first pope from the Americas and the first Jesuit pontiff. Cardinals met at the Vatican today to fine-tune plans for Pope Francis's funeral and the conclave to elect a successor. The Vatican says around 60 cardinals participated in the first meeting. The public will have the opportunity to pay their respects when the Pope's casket is moved into St. Peter's Basilica Wednesday. Pope Francis simplified the papal burial rules last year, allowing him to be laid to rest in a simple underground tomb at St. Mary Major Basilica in Rome. As the Catholic faithful mourns the passing of Pope Francis, preparations are underway for his funeral and the conclave that will determine his successor. Fox's Lauren Green reports from Vatican City.
The crowds are getting bigger in Vatican City as people pay their respects to Pope Francis, and preparations begin for the late pontiff's funeral. Francis will be laid to rest this Saturday in a more modest ceremony, reflecting the leadership style he carried as pope. Breaking with tradition, he'll be buried at St. Mary Major Basilica, outside the Vatican, and home to his favorite icon, the Virgin Mary. Many remembering him as a leader who sought to connect the church with regular people.
I think it's a big loss for not just for the Vatican City, but for the entire world.
I do think he was very outspoken on issues. I think his message to political leaders is very important.
Meanwhile, cardinals have begun arriving at the Vatican to attend Francis's funeral and prepare for the conclave, the closed-off secret ballot process of selecting the new pope. The Vatican says around 60 cardinals participated in the first meeting Tuesday. 135 are eligible to participate in the conclave, but only 120 will be selected to vote, and that selection process is secretive. The Pope's legacy will weigh heavily on their decision as they decide the best path forward for the Church. Many of them appointed by Francis himself, and may seek to choose a successor who continues his progressive approach. The public viewing of Pope Francis is expected to begin Wednesday morning, when he is set to lie in state in St. Peter's Basilica. In Vatican City, Lauren Green, Fox News.
Police in Italy are enforcing tight security measures around central Rome following the death of Pope Francis. The Argentine Pope died Monday at age 88 after a stroke put him in a coma, leading to heart failure. Francis will be laid to rest Saturday after lying in state for 3 days at St. Peter's Basilica.
Thousands of people are expected to gather in St. Peter's Basilica Wednesday to pay their respects to Pope Francis, whose body will be in repose near the main altar. Police forces are patrolling St. Peter's Square and its surrounding area on foot and horseback, and more officers are in the area as well to secure the riverbanks surrounding the Vatican.
Taking a live look now at the Vatican, where preparations are underway for Pope Francis' funeral. The Pope died early yesterday after suffering a stroke and heart failure. A public viewing is set to begin in just a few hours. Tonight, crowds are still growing at the Vatican as the Catholic faithful show up to pay their respects to the Holy Father.
Francis will be laid to rest this Saturday in a modest ceremony reflective of his leadership, many remembering the spiritual leader as a man who lived what he preached. The 88-year-old famously shed most of the ornate trappings of the papacy and famed for simplicity and humility. Breaking with tradition, even in death, he'll be buried at St. Mary Major Basilica, which is just outside the Vatican. The church is home to his favorite icon, the Virgin Mary. Cardinals have begun arriving to the Vatican for the Pope's funeral and the papal enclave to elect a new pope. The Vatican says 60 cardinals met today for that first meeting. Metro Atlanta Catholics are still mourning the loss of Pope Francis.
And this evening they came together to honor his life and legacy at a memorial mass. It took place at the Georgia Tech Catholic Center in Atlanta. People came to pay their respects and pray together. They say Pope Francis was a good leader and are grateful for his time as Pope.
He was a good man, led our community, led our church well, and we're all grateful for the fact that he was able to lead us, and we're all, appreciative for his time.
It will likely be several weeks before cardinals name a successor.
The president of the Catholic League wants the House Ethics Committee to censure Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. In a letter sent to committee members, Dr. William Donahue said that hours after the Pope died, Greene wrote, quote, "Today there were major shifts in global leadership. Evil is being defeated by the hand of God." It's not clear who she's referring to, but as Donahue points out, the Congresswoman has been critical of Pope Francis in the past. In 2022, she said, quote, "Satan's controlling the church." No response yet from the House Ethics Committee.
Back here in Georgia.